Good morning. It's 7 in the morning. It's December 6th. And I feel uplifted and almost ungrounded. It's as though I stand at a crossroads that is above the ground. It's like a crossroads that I have to bring down to the earth for me to begin with, and then for those who have ears to hear me. But I realize that I need to be me, and that me to be worthy of making a living. It's a challenge, this need to make a living for me. It's a, I'm a work in progress. And I haven't found my full stride. Sometimes it feels like I haven't found my stride at all. People seem to really like what I say, everybody who has listened to it. And certainly, I was so moved last Wednesday when I saw the photographs of what it was like for me to be with the players and the players to be with me down there in Chapel Hill for the 57 Tar Heel team basketball. And then when I performed at Grey Eagle, I didn't have a high opinion, and yet I was bathed in light when Jesse and Bo talked about how it was to watch me. And so obviously the signals are out there. It's like there is a part of me that has been attached to a beam of light, if you will. And so the signals are out there. But what is not here on earth yet is this sense of cash flow where I feel as though something that I'm doing has value to someone. And it's everything is as it's meant to be. I get that. But I'm also aware that I have to draw the line and say, from here out, I have to be paid for what I do. So I'm talking to you. And I've been on for 3 minutes, and I'm going to probably be on for 6 or 7. And now this is a advertisement for myself. Those of you who have listened to me over this period of the last couple of months know that I have a few things to say that are worth listening to. I also need to tell you, though, is that not only do I have the words, but I have the knowledge for how to get a person out of their fear, their stress, their lack of self-worth, their judgments, their angers, any addiction you could name. What I have had to do is move through so much of that territory and bring forth so much of me that is more real than all of the rest of what I've been, that I actually am like a scout. I know how to get from here to there. I know how to bring a story to the world that is more authentic in each of us. And it is the authentic tale told that is the best story in the book. Now, I will say authenticity does not mean there's any longevity for the name or the person. It is not that you are becoming well known for your authenticity, although that's exactly what you are known for. But you're known for it in the same way that, gee, that was a great, great, great movie. And some people live a great, great movie. The passing show is so attractive. They have found themselves inside the story itself. and in the finding of themselves, they have lived in the moment. So this is where I am finding myself in this moment, in my most authentic person. I am looking for people who would like to work with me and have the means to pay me. I need a little bit of work. It wouldn't take much, and then I would get a nicely reputation. But until my reputation has value with one person, it's hard to find the value of that reputation with anyone else. It's very interesting. I mean, I'm going to find my way on stage, I know that. I'm going to find my way in this Facebook experience, I know that. I am finding my way. There is no actual going to. I'm in the action of finding my way. And I need to make a little money. So I'm actually quite good. You've seen me do what I do. And it means that if you need to look at something like the myth of yourself, if you'd like to delve into the myth of yourself and to bring forth those pieces and portions and aspects that have been left aside, that you really don't know how to use. You see them, they're right there. You know that if you could just be that way, it would be so much better. But it's hard to pick them up. We are so habituated, Habit is a rather vast weight. I talked about habits, concepts, and beliefs a while back, but habit literally alters the persona all by itself. We are not that habit. We just perform that habitual manner all the time. Perform in that habitual manner all the time. We know that, for example, I know that I have to make a living. I know that in order to make a living, I have to claim my own value, which is what I'm doing now, publicly. I'm on public Facebook, claiming my value. I have to know that as I go forward, my value will increase. Why? Because as I practice the authentic self, this person, more and more and more of that self is seen. And as I am seen doing what I do, people will then come toward me and I will move toward people and we will intermingle in the marketplace and I will share what I know. And in the sharing of what I know, as I've been sharing with you from the beginning, but in the sharing of what I know, when I'm face to face with someone, or I'm on Skype with someone, or I'm having email conversation with someone, for me to make a living means that I'll only get better. It means that all the gifts the Beloved has given me as I've moved through the valley of the shadow, all the gifts that the Beloved has given me as I've moved into a higher plane of my own thinking around myself. And as I've said, thinking is not particularly the brain, the mind, not particularly valuable until trained. Well, my brain's being trained. It's been well trained, actually, and the training continues day by day. And it's in the training that I know I've come to the season that I can wield a very good spiritual shovel, rake, hoe, that my bag is filled with very fine spiritual seed, that I know how to germinate. I know how to serve. There are those that I have served who would say, oh yes, he knows how to serve. These people gave me the opportunity and there are many of them, gave me the opportunity to practice, to make more available the service that I render. I render to people who are facing death. I've been to 9 deaths. I have done everything possible I could do in the most authentic way, showing up on time and prepared to be with the dying person. And if they want to talk, I talk into the language they appear to want to receive. And if they don't like what I'm saying or don't want me to say anything, it's all up to them. I know that dying is a practice of the individual and that those who attend are in support. I've been called a death doula, and I love being around death. I do, because I get to see the beloved in a whole new light every single time. So I love death and dying. I love anything to do with relationship. Anything. I love relationship. As you know, I love love most of all, and it's in the love of the love that I find my greatest thanksgiving. So I love love. I love people. I love experience. I love the highest order that we can find for ourselves so that we are at our most authentic as we move through life. I love letting go the unnecessary suffering and separation. I love letting go of negative thoughts, negative disturbance of any kind, really. You could almost say disturbance of any kind, although it is fun to laugh where you just let go. So it has nothing to do with let go disturbance, but you know, when we habituate ourselves and then build concepts around the habits, you know, those concepts can be just devils themselves because they are something that we have put into stone. We've hardened them off. That's a habit that's hardened off into something that goes on in the mind. The mind has concepts. And so now the mind is in control because of those concepts. And the controlling nature of the mind is to keep the ego happy. So ego is the offspring of the mind. It's the coming forth of belief systems. And soon enough, we will find in the belief systems this extraordinary ability to turn what I believe into my belief in God. So I'm even in control of what I believe so that I can find some aspect of God to be near me, rather than accepting that God is love and love is my nature. And in that love, in that ocean of love, I find I'm awash in God. I'm awash in God, right? So here it is, my darlings. I'm sending out a message, and I'm going to send it out for the next couple of days. Every time I talk, I'm going to talk about what I need to have happen. And I'm going to talk about different aspects of it. But you're going to share in the journey I'm taking now as I make this passage across open water, as I seek the new lands and the new ways and the new person of me that allows me to best serve each one of you. I love you so much. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.